All right, boys and girls, today we are going to draw a fall landscape. And in order to get to this point, the first thing you want to do is fold your paper into 4 equal rectangles. So I fold it in half this way, and I fold it in half this way. I'm opening it up, and I have 4 equal rectangles. Then we're going to follow this step by step. Everybody has a copy. We're going to draw a hill. Now, the reason why we fold our paper in half is so that we could imitate the lines that are in the middle of the page there. The vertical line dividing in half and the horizontal line. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a hill, which is basically one long curved line. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exactly what's in the picture, but one long curved line that starts on the left side and ends on the right. Then we're going to add a tree. Now, the tree trunk, if you notice, it's a little bit hard to see on here, but it's a little bit above the horizontal, like the axis there. So when you're drawing, you want to draw nice and light. So you're just doing a curved line down to the left, across the bottom of the page. Then you want to make sure that it goes a little bit above the line. Something like that. Now, I'm going to use my eraser right now to erase the line that's inside the tree. So it looks like the tree is coming in the foreground here. Now, this is a really important part to pay attention to, is to draw the leaves around the tree. And if you notice, it takes up the whole quadrant here. It takes the whole quadrant. So you want to make it nice and fluffy. And you don't have to get it exact. It's really just making some curved lines here. And I'm not even really paying attention exactly to the picture, but you want to make the tree nice and full so that we have room for the leaves. The next part is we're going to draw a large bush on the left-hand side. And you see the dotted lines here. You want to start above the halfway part of the page. And then what you want to do is make sure you draw light. And you want to draw over the line. Now what I want to do is just erase this line here. So it looks like it's coming out in the foreground. Next, we're going to be drawing the bush along that middle area, along the middle ground. So right now we have the horizon line, that's the imaginary line separating the sky from the earth. We have a tree in the foreground, a bush in the foreground, and this little bush in the middle ground, okay? So I'm actually going to go to step number 6, which is drawing the leaves in the tree. Now, the leaves are pretty straightforward. All you really want to do is make sure that you're drawing almost like almond shapes and then curved lines on the inside. And these almond shapes are going in different directions. You could do the middle part first and then the outside. You could do the vein first and then the outside. Or you can do that almond shape eye and then do the inside. It's up to you, whichever way you want to do. So you want to do about 5 or 6 leaves. Now, the next part here, in step 7, is we're going to draw some leaves looking like they're falling onto the ground. So you want to kind of pay attention to the placement of it. Now, again, the reason why we have these lines here is to mimic where we have the line here. So I'm going to draw a leaf here. And again, you could draw your line and then draw leaves coming outward. You draw the vein of the leaf first and then the outline of the leaf. And you kind of want to have them going in the same direction a little bit. And also, you want to have them placed so it looks like they're coming at you. Now, this is my favorite part of the drawing here, which is the leaves flying at you towards the viewer, coming towards the foreground. So it's really important that this first leaf starts in that middle area, okay? So the placement is right here where the two dotted lines, where the vertical lines meet the horizontal lines. So you kind of want to draw a medium-sized leaf there, going in that direction. And then you want to make your super gigantic leaf here, okay, coming at you. So you have, it looks like it's in the foreground here. And it's totally fine if it's big because it looks like it's coming at the viewer. Okay, and then you just want to Sharpie it. So I'm going to do that now. When you Sharpie it, it doesn't really matter which way you do it. You just want to make sure that you have nice smooth lines and that you always use your hands that you're not tracing with to hold the paper still. So it doesn't really matter, again, where you trace the lines, as long as you do it smoothly. And later on, if you have some extra pencil marks, you can just erase. But I can't stress the importance of drawing lightly. Light is key because it's very hard to erase if you draw too dark. And we're going to be painting these, so using paint and possibly oil pastels. So even if you can't erase all the lines, don't worry about it. It's going to be covered in oil pastel or paint. But just, I want you to get into the habit of drawing super light because all artists draw lightly. And you can rotate your paper to get to the lines more easily. So I'm holding the paper still and I'm rotating the paper. I'm going to make you a little dizzy. Upside down, feel free to rotate your paper to outline the shapes. And if you have a little accent like that, all you need to do is just use the Sharpie just to kind of fix it up. There's only happy accidents in art. There's always ways to fix it. And I especially love using pencils first because you can always fix your mistakes before you use Sharpie. Once you use Sharpie, it's permanent. All right, so I did a little bit over the line, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to erase the lines here and erase them, and then we will be ready to paint. So if you have any extra pencil marks, I actually prefer you to use the white eraser, but I don't have it really on me, so I'm just showing you this way. Okay, and that is your drawing.